Y'all know what time it is, y'all. Another day, another dollar. We got Lil Wayne. Why hip hop is switching up on Lil Wayne after that goddamn album. And to be fair, I wasn't able to finish it, but from what I heard, it was definitely a sad sight to see. Let's get into it.
Lil Wayne is undeniably one of the greatest rappers of all time, one who has
Facts.
influenced an entire generation.
Facts.
But these past couple of years, Wayne has done a few things that have caused a lot of hip hop fans to begin to turn on him, with many accusing him of being washed, especially after the release of his latest album, The Carter 6. So today, I want to look
Damn.
into why everybody
Fantano gave it a 2? Oh, Lord have mercy, bro.
is switching up on our boy Lil Wayne. Also, really quick, I want to say Spotify lets you put your videos on their platform now. Like, you can watch the video or just listen to the audio. So if that's something you guys are interested in, if you just want to like listen rather than watch or whatever, the links are all in the description. I think it's a cool feature. So I'm uploading all
Shout
my
out
old videos
Spotify.
on there along with my new ones. So
I also recently heard they're low-key doing a change where you get paid a penny per stream, which may not sound crazy. But before, I think it was like 0.008 or 9 or what. I forgot exactly what the number was. But to go from whatever it was to a whole penny, low key is changing it up. I don't know if it's going to be set in stone, if it's officially happening, but I heard that that's like a thought. And if that does, then it's going to be a big W for Spotify.
yeah, feel free to do that. Anyways, let's continue. So recently Lil Wayne
W
released his
Spotify.
album The Carter 6, and let's just say it wasn't very well received. If you aren't familiar with Lil Wayne, he has an album series called The Carter, and pretty much every album in this series has banged. Whether or not you think they were good, they have historically sold
Facts.
insanely well. The Carter 1 in
Facts.
2004 sold 878,000 units. The Carter 2 in 2005 sold 1.4 million
Holy
units. The Carter 3 in 2008 sold a whopping 3.8 million units, and the Carter 4 in 2011 sold 2.3 million. I'm not going to mention
Bro, I did not know Wayne had numbers like that, bro. It's like Taylor Swift numbers. Are you serious? Bro, that's actually crazy. I'm not going to lie to you, bro. I did not know Carter was selling that much in the 2 to 3 millions. That's crazy, bro.
the Carter 5 because it didn't sell nearly as many, in part because it was more recent. Regardless though, it still had some bangers. So clearly this series has a very impressive legacy, with Wayne putting out amazing tracks on every single album. And
And I'm going to say this too, bro. He's right. I think low key, yeah. I mean, like I said, I haven't completed Carter 6, so I can't really speak too much on that album. But every Carter album I've heard, 1 through 5, has banged. And even if the album, like, overall wasn't like the craziest thing ever, you always left with at least a couple classics every single time. Like, you can't even deny that.
fans were extremely excited for the sixth iteration of this series. And I think it's safe to say that this was a big letdown. Now, I'm not going to lie, I don't think the whole album was all that bad, but it definitely wasn't great, and a lot of people absolutely hated it. Fans immediately tore it apart on Twitter, with people posting
Jesus,
memes like
not that
this. And it
sketch.
wasn't just Twitter that had this opinion, but other music critics as well.
And look, I'm not going to beat around the bush with this review. This album was pretty bad. Not just bad, but shamefully bad at points. Bad form, bad ideas, bad taste, bad execution. The album doesn't even have the decency to be bad in one single way.
In this series, this installment is weak. You're getting lackluster performance.
Look, bro, I know people get pissed off by Fantano, and there's been times where he's had some takes that have pissed me off too. But I think he's actually pretty funny. And also, I'll be honest, more times than not, I actually low-key agree with him. But the times where I disagree with him, it's a very, very heavy disagree. Like, yo, the ones that really be tapped in with music and be following him, the amount of, I can't even think of the proper word, just the goddamn horseradish mockery of justice that he has given Isaiah Rashad's discography and low-key Smino's discography is just unbelievably outrageous. Other than that, though, and also besides like My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, he's kind of solid. He's kind of like, I agree with him like 90% of the time.
Performances, you're getting weak production. I don't even want to call it weak. I want to call it bad production. You're getting an underwhelming feature list where you could have gotten some legends on here, or even some guys that would have been able to put some energy or something back into this track list, for example. Like,
By the way, if you know, you know, Fantano said the Elephant song was his favorite one, which is insane. But don't worry, guys, I'll play it in a second. Regardless, though, Twitter was in a huge uproar after this album came out. One person said, "You know the album ass when nobody arguing on the timeline, LMAO. This shit hurt, man." Another said, I haven't seen the TL be this unified calling an album trash in a good while. There were so many memes all over Twitter, and I'm going to be honest, they were pretty funny. This is definitely my favorite one of the bunch. I think that it got so bad that the Carter 4 re-entered the Billboard 200 with fans saying every real Wayne fan ran to their favorite Carter after having their heart broken by Carter 6. It's honestly hard to describe in words how bad some of these songs were.
We just throwing shit at the wall at this point. When we get to the end, it's just like, I don't even
That
know
boy
what the
Sean.
fuck about to happen.
What up, though? All my niggas cutthroat, cut a nigga.
Oh,
This
maybe
not
I should have
real.
reacted to this album.
I'm being so serious, bro. This is not real. What the fuck is this beat, dog? What is this beat, dog? I'm not gonna lie. We're trolling. You're dead trolling, bro.
Play it out, bro. Play it out. Play it out.
You're not serious.
I
at all.
don't
You
think I
don't
got
give
to
a
this one
fuck.
yet.
Do you hear this?
Head off, you looking like you fumble. Smoke 'em like double dutch, all you niggas jump rope.
You're dead. You're serious right now, dog.
Granted, this was probably the worst song on this album, but man, there were definitely some rough ones. He even had a line where he said, "And I don't smoke bunk, I only smoke that strong. Eyes tight like my name Wong Ding Ding Dong." To be entirely fair to Wayne, though, this project is expected to sell 110 units first week with a number 2 debut on the
Wong Tong Ding Dong.
Billboard 200.
Oh
However,
my
compared to a lot of
God.
his previous projects, this isn't that great. But why is this such a big deal? Especially for an artist who's been in the game for decades. He's already established himself as a legend. Who cares if he puts out one bad album? Huge artists drop disappointing music all the time and they're able to bounce back. I mean, Wayne himself has even done it before with Rebirth. Well, to understand
We
why
don't
people
talk about
are
that
so
album.
upset and
We don't
disappointed
talk
in
about
Lil
that one.
Wayne, we have to rewind back to the Super Bowl. The September before the 2025 Super Bowl, Kendrick Lamar was announced as the headliner for the halftime show, and Lil Wayne was pretty upset. First, he posted on his Instagram story, confused, disappointed, angry, but most of all, inspired. We'll never again be in a position or have the GOAT in a position where we are at the mercy of someone else's decision. We will make the decisions. And then he posted this video as well, expressing his problems.
That hurt. Hurt a lot. You know what I'm talking about. It hurt a whole lot. I blame myself for not being mentally prepared for a letdown. And for just automatically mentally putting myself in that position like somebody told me that was my position.
Okay, we gotta talk about this, y'all, because, like, I'll be real. I remember watching this. I remember this being a huge thing when the news broke out that Kendrick was gonna do the Super Bowl. But, like, I love Wayne, but I think this is just stupid. I'm just being so real. Because, like, when has it ever been a thing for the Super Bowl of all events to where it's like, oh, yeah, if we're doing it in this city, then the guy that's from here has to be the performer? Like, I don't think that's ever been a thing. I don't think it's ever been a thing for really anything in general, really, if I'm being real with you. Like, yeah, do I think that Wayne, it would have been cool, I guess? Yeah, but it's also like, bro, Kendrick's having one of the biggest years for a rapper ever. It's not even just like his biggest, I mean, it's his biggest year in his career, but also the biggest year for a rapper ever, damn near, bro. When it comes to the Grammy sweep, when it comes to the biggest song of the year in summer, when it comes to all these hits, his album, everything going crazy, it's like it would literally make no sense from a business standpoint to not go with Kendrick. And it's like, if I were him, like, I would do the more mature route where, okay, sure, behind closed doors, I feel some type of way, and I probably would be a little bit annoyed or whatever. But still, you come out and post, congratulations, bro. I'm happy for you, brother. You going crazy. You killing the game. And then who knows? Maybe if we feeling good about it, you can bring me out for a song. Because I know Kendrick and him have at least 1 or 2 songs together. So they could have came out and performed freaking Mona Lisa for one song on the set list. You know what I mean? Like, it could have easily been that. And low-key, I thought that was going to happen for the longest time until Wayne was like, nah, I'm not coming out. And I'm like, okay, well, if you don't confirm that, then I guess sure, let bygones be bygones. But like, to me, bro, I feel like there is no entitlement just because you're from New Orleans to be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna hop in here and I'm gonna start doing my songs and get the whole set list, and I deserve to be here for that sole reason. And also, I'm gonna say something else, and I know it might be a little controversial. I don't think Wayne's the best performer. I'm just being real with you. I think he has an amazing discography. I think he is one of the best rappers ever. And he has a classic discography with multiple classic albums. I'm going to give him all his flowers. I'm not taking anything away from his greatness when it comes to the actual songs that come out the booth. But in terms of his performances, bro, I've seen the recent ones. I'll be real with you. It ain't what y'all think it is. It's not as good as he used to be. And I just personally think Kendrick is a way more solid performer. Like, he don't got it like that, if I'm just being real with you. That's why I feel like it really made total sense for him to not be in it. And maybe next time he'll get it, but now is not that time.
It made me feel like not getting this opportunity. And when I felt like you guys reminded me that I ain't without y'all. And that's an amazing reality.
The main reason that Wayne felt this way is because the Super Bowl was hosted in his hometown of New Orleans. Also, Jay-Z's been in charge of the Super Bowl for the last few years.
On stock.adobe.com, it's easy to find the perfect video with advanced filters that fine-tune your search.
So Wayne really thought that he had an in, and has expressed interest in doing it before on multiple occasions.
Let's think about this for a second. Lil Wayne, headline Super Bowl in New Orleans. How badly do you want to hear those words?
I ain't gonna lie, Joy Taylor, she do something to my soul, y'all. That's all I'm gonna say.
Just as
Lord have
bad
mercy.
as I wanted to see my name at the top of that list when I was that whatever age it was, and I would bust into the office and get that Billboard magazine. Yeah.
Bad.
Yeah.
He has also said that he would kill to play the Super Bowl and things along those lines in multiple interviews. So when he was denied, Wayne and a bunch of others were pretty upset on his behalf. Nicki Minaj and others called out the Super Bowl and Jay-Z for not letting Wayne perform, saying things like denying a young black man what he rightfully put into this game for no reason other than your ego. Your hatred for Birdman, Drake, and Nicki got you punishing Lil Wayne. But not every...
Bro, like, see, this is so stupid, bro. Because I like Nicki also, but she is saying some fucking horseradish right now. Like, what do you mean denying a young black man from what he is rightfully put into the game when there's a black man being chosen to go up there and perform? It's not like he's getting this snatch from some other race. Like, bro, it's Kendrick Lamar. And it's not even like a punishing Lil Wayne, bro. It's like somebody else is just more deserving of the crown. Like, I think anybody in their right mind would say, yeah, it makes more sense for Kendrick to go up there than Lil Wayne. With all due respect, I don't think anybody, I mean, other than some fucking crazy ass Lil Wayne fans, sure. But for the most part, I feel like the general consensus is like, yeah, like Kendrick deserved this. It's nothing against Wayne. It's just Kendrick is killing it right now.
Your ego. Your hatred for Birdman, Drake, and Nicki got you punishing Lil Wayne. But not everybody thought that Wayne deserved the spot. I mean, it was given to Kendrick Lamar after all, who just had the craziest year, arguably, of his career, with winning the beef with Drake and putting out tracks like Not Like Us. Fans began debating online whether or not Lil Wayne even deserved the spot, with multiple people saying he wasn't a great performer. One fan on Reddit said, anyone who has seen Wayne live knows he puts on mediocre, low-effort shows, and that's if he even shows up. Many were reposting some rough moments from his concerts on Twitter as well. There was even one that was pretty funny, I'll admit, and even Tyler the Creator liked it as well.
I saw this one. See, I be thinking it's funny as hell when I see celebrities like posts and stuff like that. I think it's so funny to me. But deeper than that, I'm like, yeah, bro, I'm just being real. Like, when you see that, you telling me he deserved the bowl? Seriously? Like, who in their right mind would choose that over Kendrick? That's what I'm trying to ask. Like, there's not any reality where that happens. I'm just being so real with you. Like, look at that.
This incident caused so many people to clown on Lil Wayne in the rap community, and even Orlando Brown started clowning on him.
I think that Jay-Z made the best decision ever.
Well, I know about this shit, but I don't want to do.
Which is crazy when you got Orlando Brown acting like you're the tweaker. This started an entire conversation around Wayne's performance abilities and why he may have not been picked. For example, there was a concert in 2023 where after playing music for 30 minutes, he hopped off stage so some artists from his label could come out and perform, which doesn't seem that bad, right? Well, after the crowd wasn't really feeling it, I mean, they came to see Lil Wayne, Wayne came back out, did a little rant, and then just canceled the show.
We appreciate it, but we ain't about to be bending over backwards for these folks. We work too hard for this shit. We work way too hard. This my motherfucking artist Allen, that was Twitch, that was John. We on Young Money. We appreciate y'all time.
Fans were very upset, and this was brought back up again during the Super Bowl conversation, cited by some as another reason why Wayne should not have been allowed to perform. And this isn't the only time Wayne has walked off stage, like this time when he was playing at High Times, and he said he never wants to be booked for it again and then left. Also, I forgot what it was, but I'm pretty sure it happened like a couple other times.
I ain't seen
too.
all these.
So people really use this as a big argument as to why the Super Bowl might not want to entrust this extremely important performance to Lil Wayne. Regardless of what your thoughts on the situation were, Wayne continued to complain about it, which I think really rubbed fans the wrong way. Like when he gave this speech at Wheezy Fest a couple months later.
That moment I said to myself, I want to be on stage for the Super Bowl one day in front of my mom. And I worked my ass off to get that fucking position, and it was ripped away from me. But this motherfucking moment right here.
I like Wayne, bro, but he's tweaking.
They can't take that from me.
People responded saying things like,
yeah,
you never had it, bro, ever. So how
No
the
one
fuck was
took
it
it
ripped
from
away
you.
from you? On top of that, fans were also upset with Wayne because Kendrick has been a big Wayne fan for years, very openly throughout his entire career.
Wayne ain't no new jack to the game, like I said, you know. He influenced a lot of styles and a lot of sounds, and I could say I was influenced by a certain sound and the flow and the cadence, you know, that he brought to the game, which was very unique. Me being a young boy in the game and listening to him, like, yo, okay, I need to learn this and that, you know, and that definitely was a perspective from that tape.
So when Wayne acts this way and keeps complaining and acting like he's entitled to it, a lot of people were upset and felt like he should have been proud of Kendrick, especially since Kendrick is openly inspired by Wayne. Not too long after this, on Kendrick's track Whacked Out Murals, which was released around this time, he said, "Used to bump the Carter 3, I held my Rolly chain proud. Irony, I think my hard work let Lil Wayne down." Later on that track, he said something that almost seemed like a diss when he said, "Won the Super Bowl and Nas the only one congratulate me. All these people agitated. I'm just glad they showing their faces. Quite frankly, plenty artists, but they outdated. Old ass flows trying to convince me that you they favorite." So clearly Kendrick was not happy about Lil Wayne's reaction.
I
Wayne
wouldn't be
actually
either, bro.
seemingly responded to this on Twitter by saying, "Man, what the fuck I do? I just be chilling and they still come for my head. Let's not take kindness for weakness. Let this giant sleep. I beg you all. No one really wants destruction, not even me. But I shall destroy if disturbed. On me." Somehow this
Man, like, what the hell is that, bro? I'm sorry, that is so corny. That is literally the corniest I've ever seen in my life. But you are the one complaining and babbling all over social media. And then when he says, when Kendrick, he didn't even come out, like, and just diss you. He was just saying, I think my hard work let him down. Like, it's not even a call out or a shot or nothing. It's like him just being real. But then you talking about, oh, they don't want distraction. Let the beast sleep. I'm like, brother, you have lost your marbles, bro.
This didn't ever end up leading to any public problems between the two, which honestly is a little bit disappointing. I mean, I think a rap battle between those guys would have been sick. But regardless, Wayne said on the Skip Bayless show just a few weeks later that he had no problems with Kendrick.
And, you know, when we speaking, obviously he can't control that. And, you know, so he didn't let me know. It ain't like he can control it or nothing. And also, I've spoken to him and I wished him all the best and told him he better kill it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So you better kill it. You gotta kill it.
Okay. Well, did he say anything to enlighten
This seems
you
like damage
about
control.
these lyrics
being
about
real.
you? I think my hard work let Lil Wayne down. I don't know exactly what that means. If he's sort of
No, he ain't. I don't think he knew he didn't have to do anything. There was no explanation that was needed for that. I think I understand. Again, that was my first time hearing it when you just said it.
Okay.
But I understand those words. Like I said, I think he just mean that he made it there, and his hard work is the reason why he made it there.
It was a little strange that he said he never heard those lyrics. However, in all fairness to Wayne, he seems to forget everything and doesn't really seem to be in the loop at all. But despite that, people were happy that they had squashed the beef and that Lil Wayne wasn't dragging it anymore. At least until he did keep dragging the situation. First, he did a Super Bowl ad with Cetaphil, the skincare company, which poked some lighthearted fun at the situation while teasing his upcoming album.
I ain't see this. I ain't see this.
Still going?
Nah, this is time sensitive. Let's get it.
Then a few months later, he did an interview with Rolling Stone and said he would never consider playing the Super Bowl again after he said they stole that feeling. And he sounded a little bitter in this interview because he said he didn't watch Kendrick's performance. He said when it came on, he went to play pool and that every time I looked, it was nothing that made me want to go inside and see what was going on. Which to me reads like he was really upset about the situation that day. Like, how are you going to act like, oh, me and Kendrick are cool? Go crush it, bro, and then say it didn't really look like anything I was interested in, I didn't even watch it. Like, that just seems disrespectful, and this is the attitude that upset a lot of hip-hop fans. Of course, many people still sided with Wayne, but it definitely hurt his image. Wayne continued to say in this Rolling Stone interview that the NFL fucked up and that since he is working on the Carter 6, they could have had some music, but instead they got rapping, which again comes off to me as like disrespectful to Kendrick. And it's especially ironic now as the Carter 6 is out and many people wouldn't quite call that music.
Good,
he also said
that's not good at all.
A few other things in this interview too, like that the NFL apparently was telling him beforehand to be more public facing before the show as if he would get the spot, and that someone from the NFL apologized to him after Kendrick was selected. So I can totally understand why he would be upset, but the seeming disrespect towards Kendrick is what really are rubbing fans the wrong way, along with him dragging it for so long. It seems as if the Super Bowl situation, on top of all of the discussion from the fans, affected Lil Wayne so much that it ended up bleeding through to his music and almost possibly hurt the quality of it in this latest project.
You're Lil Wayne. You're fucking Lil Wayne, bro. You don't have to be on a track like, yo, I'm the greatest of all time, and I can be myself. I don't need to be anybody. Like, you don't need a song on here talking about I'm gonna be myself, and I'm happy to be myself, and I don't need to be anybody else because I can be me. Like, yo, you're Lil Wayne. You don't need to be up and down this album talking about like
Dante
I'm
spitting.
the greatest of all time.
Dante spitting.
Nigga, we know. Just rap. Like, you were doing those first like few songs, and then it was like, it's like the internet must have got to you or some shit, and everything was just about trying to convince niggas that you're the best instead of showing why you are the best, why people call you the best. Like, just rapping.
Facts.
Oh my God, this is more like pleading his fucking case, dude.
Rather than
like, Lil Wayne is always his best when he ain't trying. Like, he's just flowing, real G's moving silence like lasagna, like the real deal Wayne. But when he's on this, like, I'm this and that, I'm the GOAT, no one can mess with me, that's also where J. Cole messed up too, actually. And I know a lot of people are aware of that. He might even bring it up, honestly, in this. But, like, J. Cole made the mistake of talking about how he's offing people, no one wants to come at me, all these different things. But then when beef struck and he had the opportunity to prove himself, he ducked out and apologized. Do I think he did the right thing? I think so. Morally, it's a very mature route. But in terms of rap, in terms of the competitive sport, you can't be saying you the GOAT or saying that no one's going to mess with you now because now it looks corny, right? And that's the thing is, like, even though J. Cole still GOATed to me and he's still one of the greats and I love me, one of my favorites, he can never come on the mic ever again and talk about how no one's effing with him on the mic. He can't, because he literally proved himself wrong by ducking from the heat. That's how it is.
And actually
Wayne
doing
the
what
same
everyone
thing.
knows Wayne can do, which is rap and put out bangers. It seems like after all the barking over the Super Bowl and saying he was going to put out some real music, he never actually came with any bite.
He had this chip on his shoulder after missing out on the halftime performance for the Super Bowl, and this had a whole domino effect where people started criticizing his abilities on social media. People started comparing him to Kendrick and saying that he would get smoked in a battle, and there was a lot of, like,
I don't know about
this
smoked.
sort of negative
That's
press
too much.
around
That's
Wayne
too
going
much.
into this album, and this felt like an opportunity for him to silence all of those haters.
And that's what I thought he would do
I
on
thought
this.
that that's what he would do, is remind people that he truly is still one of the greatest, but he squandered that opportunity, and this is a flop of an album.
The Super Bowl situation, how entitled Lil Wayne came off, how much he talked up his own album and was low-key dissing Kendrick just to put out a terrible album.
Yeah,
all
bro.
of these things have really left a poor taste in
Downward
fans'
spiral.
mouths. But despite all of this, Lil Wayne's legacy still stands strong. I mean, after his insane run, there's nothing that I don't think can really take down his career. Before all the drama like we have today, Lil Wayne has been a fan favorite. After all the success he had in the 2000s with his commercial albums doing well and his insane mixtape run, people loved Lil Wayne. And of course, like I mentioned, he was putting out his The Carter albums too, which people loved, and they did insane numbers. I've mentioned this before on this channel, but Wayne was putting out so many songs that 50 Cent called him a whore. He was also doing a ton of features around this time, one of my personal favorites being the track Duffel Bag Boy by Playa Circle, who if you didn't know was a duo that 2 Chainz was in. Very good song, you guys should check that out. Might be my favorite of all time by Wayne, I don't know, it could be, it's up there. I'm not gonna go over all the accolades and all the songs, but just know that Wayne has dominated the rap game for decades. And not only that, but his influence on hip-hop is immense, from popularizing the Lil name and a more creative, fun style of rapping and different sorts of flows. Many artists nowadays are openly inspired and influenced by him.
Like, it's look at me, bro. Just look at me and what you see. I learned Lil Wayne. I wanted to be Lil Wayne. I would talk when I was younger. Girls would say I look like Lil Wayne, so I would run with that. And I would wear the fedoras and I would wear the tight polo tees with the skinnies and wear the Vans and shit.
I think when I first started out, I just wanted to be just as important as Lil Wayne, because I felt like nobody was ever going to be as big as Lil Wayne, like during like Lollipop times and obviously like Carter 3 times. And
never got a chance to tell you, but yo, Mona Lisa,
Yeah.
your 2 verses on that shit gotta be like, it's gotta be like one of the like top 5 verses of all time.
Man, thank you, man. Thank you, man.
And don't get me wrong, there are still a lot of people that think Wayne is in the right and that he should have performed at the Super Bowl, but I just think that this sequence of events in the past couple of years has not really been the best look for him. So it is possible that 2025 is just another bump in the road for Wayne, and he'll come back with more heat. But it's also possible that as he gets older, he's losing his touch. I think the Carter 5 was the last album that he really had people hyped for, and rightfully so. I really enjoyed a few tracks off that album. And it was also on that album, on the track Dedicate, where he flexed the fact that he really did start a lot of trends in music nowadays. But that was back in 2018. And it's been so long since Wayne really put out anything that crazy, except for maybe a good guest verse or something. So it's possible that all the controversy this year was what will do his legacy in.
Regardless of what people want to say about how bloated they feel Future's discog might be, at the end of the day, he's gonna come through with a hit or something. Or at least it's been, you know what I'm saying, to that point. You know what I'm saying?
But so is Wayne.
It might not be every album, it might not be every day, but he's gonna be a part of a moment.
So is Wayne.
But Wayne, bro. And I think a big portion of this that a lot of people overlook is the time period that we were last excited for Lil Wayne. What was the last time y'all was excited for Lil Wayne music?
Carter 5.
I already have my answer.
High school.
I was gonna say Carter 5.
But like Dante said in the clip I played earlier, maybe it's best that Lil Wayne focuses less on what others are saying and either continues putting out great music like he's totally capable of, or just chills and focuses on other things that are important to him, rather than being consumed by the music industry and its followers. If you like this video, you might like my video about Kendrick Lamar's album GNX and what was going on back at that time. It also includes everything I talked about with the Lil Wayne situation and more, and Kendrick with the industry. Also, remember, videos are on Spotify if you guys want to check them out on there. But other than that, it's been your boy Matty Balls. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like or even consider subscribing down below.
Shout out to boy Matty, man. Yeah, right there. But nah, Wayne is goated, bro. I'm not gonna hate on Wayne. I have some problems with some things he said and done, but overall, he's one of the GOATs, bro. You could easily put him in the top 10, maybe even top 5. I gotta really think about it. But Wayne is definitely something special, bro. I feel like he I don't know. He might be done. He might be able to get out this little hump. I'm not really too sure. Let me know what y'all think though. But we gonna find out soon enough. Sooner than later, we gonna see.
Shade on my neck is so bright like a bee. Ballin' LA and I feel like Kareem. Run up a mill at my nigga make me. Know that the money is all that you see. Claim you a vegan, but then you want beef.